Rise of the Elder Gods is a competitive game for 2 to 6 players, designed by Conor McGoey and published by Inside Up Games. You are an Elder God who has arisen from an ancient slumber, hungry for souls. You have human minions willing to do your bidding and help you in your search. However, your actions don't go unnoticed. Investigators are trying to end your plans. If you're skilled enough, you can corrupt these investigators and turn them to your cause. You're not the only Elder God to awaken, however. There are others that wish to rule, and that cannot be allowed, because as we all know, Elder Gods don't share power. To start, each player gets a deck of character cards, 1 power token, and a resolve deck consisting of 4 fearful cards and 1 determined card. Each player will also get to choose one of 2 blessing cards. These are kept secret and will gain the players extra points at the end of the game if conditions are met. The goal of the game is to collect more souls than your opponents. To do this, you will send a follower to each of 3 locations to collect resources for you. Each of the locations contains souls, power, and resolve, but they also have an investigator assigned to it. Your followers are all different, and you can choose which actions for them to perform in the location they are played. They can take a soul, take or steal power, take a resolve card, give another player a fearful card, or attempt to corrupt an investigator. In a round, each player secretly picks which followers they want to send to which locations and places them face down. When everyone is finished, they will turn the cards over and place them in ascending order. The players will then take turns activating their followers. For cards such as the Betrayer, players will have to choose between a variety of actions. Each choice is contained within an opaque box. Here, they can either take a soul, draw 2 resolve cards, or attempt to corrupt an investigator. If you choose to corrupt an investigator, you'll look at the information listed on the investigator card in that location. The card will tell you what you need to do to successfully corrupt them. For this one, you'll have to draw 5 of your resolve cards and produce at least 4 successes. In your resolve deck, the focus cards count as 1 success, the determined cards count as 2, and fearful cards are failure. This is also where you can spend your power tokens. You can spend up to 2 tokens before you flip a card to add extra successes to that card. Be aware, however, happen to draw a fearful card and you won't gain any success even if you used power tokens. If you're successful in corrupting an investigator, at the end of the game you'll gain the number of souls listed on their card. It's possible that players may choose the same cards at a location. If this happens, the players will have to compete to see who gets to activate their follower. Each player gets the opportunity to power up before they flip a resolve card. The losing player will have their turn in that location skipped, but the successful player must also give them their winning resolve card. Once all players have activated, it's the investigator's turn. The top of the investigator deck will show which investigator will attack. The icons on the lower right will indicate who will be attacked and what they're trying to steal. It will either be the highest, middle, or lowest ranked player at that location. The players targeted will flip over a resolve card, and for each success, they reduce the number of resources stolen by the investigator. There are also a few other ways to earn souls. At the bottom of the board, there are 3 randomly chosen blessing cards that will award a player with extra souls. These cards will go to whichever player first achieves the requirement listed on that card. Altars can be purchased by any player using power tokens. These aren't cheap, but will give you a good amount of souls. The downside is that the player must place one of their active followers on the altar, which removes them from play for the rest of the game. The game continues until any 2 resources are depleted from a single location. Once this happens, players will finish out the round and then tally up the souls collected. The player with the most souls wins. The game contains 1 game board, 6 character decks, 43 focused cards, 13 determined cards, 36 fearful cards, 18 investigator cards, 12 calling cards, 6 blessing cards, 4 altar cards, 48 soul tokens, 57 power tokens, and 1 rulebook. As you've seen, Rise of the Elder Gods' visual style is a much more lighthearted take on H.P. Lovecraft's work than a lot of other games with similar themes. And with games lasting between 30 and 40 minutes, a variety of mechanics, and fairly easy to learn rules, I can see this game appealing to a pretty wide range of players of different ages and skill levels. If you think you fall into that category, please check out Rise of the Elder Gods when it launches on Kickstarter on May 15th. And as always, my name is Tony, and I'll see you in my next video preview.